Welcome back into another AD update. Andrew Galati here alongside Fordham Director of Athletics, Ed Cole. Ed, how you doing?
Good, Andrew. Great to be with you again in our beautiful new campus center. Fun to catch up with you.
Yeah, third floor. First time I've actually been up here, which is really awesome. I just wanted to ask you about the new campus center. It's definitely an amazing space. I always find myself here.
It's a tremendous space. I can tell the students are already loving every moment of it, whether they're watching TV or in the lounge area, using the private conference rooms. It's been a big asset for all of our head coaches on their recruiting visits. So bringing prospective student athletes through here. I know a lot of our teams have using this space right now to recruit, which is great, and showcase the center of our campus and the beautiful views. So really a tremendous addition to our Rose Hill campus. And then of course the fitness center downstairs. Hopefully you've got a chance to check that out. A beautiful new addition that was much needed, not only for our student athletes in terms of their strength and conditioning, their health and wellness, but for the entire population. A lot of faculty in there, a lot of staff utilizing it as well.
And obviously the new campus center right next to the Rose Hill gym, and that's where I want to get started. Kind of a recap of the basketball season as now we turn the page really over to April. I want to start off with the men's. Kyle Neptune, his first season, a 500 record, first time Fordham men's basketball went 500 since 2015-16 season, so definitely a long time coming. Just a job that he did in his first year. He was just nominated for the Joe B. Hall Award for first year college head coaches, so he definitely did an outstanding job.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine saying that a 500 record was that successful, but it really has been for us, for Fordham University, for the athletics department, as you put it. It's been 6 years since we've had this many wins and a 500 record. Couldn't be happier with the development and progress of Coach Neptune, as you put it. He's a finalist for head coach, rookie of the year, basically, in the NCAA and throughout the country, and well-deserved. Hopefully he is the winner of that because he definitely deserves it. 10 new players. We made the quarterfinals of the A10 tournament for the first time since 2007. So a real successful year for our men's basketball program in the first year for Coach Neptune, really continuing to build and establish a foundation and a culture and environment for us. A lot of excitement heading into year two. As you know, a lot of new coaches and new additions to the A10, so the A10 only gets that much more challenging and competitive from a men's basketball perspective. So how do we continue to grow and develop along the way with those teams? I know Coach Neptune's formula and his plan will get us there.
And on the court, Chuba Ohams is going to be down in New Orleans at the Final Four, site of the Final Four this week for the collegiate AllStar Game down in New Orleans. What is it to really have like an ambassador for Fordham basketball down in New Orleans, really the center of college basketball in the Final Four?
It's exciting that Chuba partakes in the Final Four festivities and the Reese's AllStar Game on Friday night, which is a wonderful accomplishment for him. And not only just a testament again to Coach Neptune and the program and his development this year, and 20-something double-doubles that he accumulated, second team all A10, most improved, comeback player of the year. Just a tremendous story for Chuba in that he's been through a lot, right? Redshirted, battled a lot of injuries, hasn't played the last couple of years. Happy for him in his really sixth year at Fordham to partake. I know he's entered the draft, and I think he's got a professional career ahead of him, no matter where it be, overseas or internationally, etc. Excited for him. Bronx kid, just a tremendous Fordham story. Very, very happy, and look forward to watching the growth and development and professional career of Chuba.
And turning it over to the women's program, Coach Stephanie Gately, 9 postseason appearances in her last 10 years as head coach. What can you say specifically about this season, the hard non-conference schedule, just a lot of bumps along the way and adversity that she's talked about, the team has talked about, to still get to the WNIT and just have another postseason appearance to add to her resume?
You put it well. 9 out of 10 years to make the postseason, a tremendous continued run and successful season for Coach Gately and our women's basketball team. To make the NIT, obviously, another hard-fought A10 season. You talked about the non-conference schedule, one of the best in the country. It really shows the growth and the status of our program as nationally recognized in women's basketball and what Coach Gately has built here in her 12 years at Fordham. We're very, very lucky and blessed. So that Kendall Jeremiah signed a professional contract here today. So she'll enter the professional ranks, which we're happy to hear. And I know maybe not the NCAA tournament the way Coach Gately wanted it for and wanted to accomplish, but a really successful season for these young women, and I think the future continues to be a positive one as we look forward.
Yeah, definitely a bright one for Fordham women's basketball. But now, as basketball's over, now we got to turn over to the spring. Baseball, softball, a ton of spring sports. Yeah. And I want to start on the diamond at Houlihan Park with baseball. They're going to be starting their A-10 conference schedule this weekend. And last weekend, Kean Saylor won A-10 Rookie of the Week. As that team, another tough non-conference schedule, playing Texas A&M, Florida Atlantic, Virginia Tech. Yeah. For them now to enter conference play, maybe on a bit of a high note, winning 3 out of their last 4 games. What do you say about what Coach Layton's doing with the baseball program now going into the spring?
Yeah, never easy for our Northeast softball and baseball programs. Yeah. You know, always having to make those trips down south or out west from a weather standpoint, and difficult coming out of the indoor gym or not having the ability to be out in the field as much. So I'm really excited by the last week they've had has been much improved. Some bumps in the road early on throughout February and early March. So excited for conference play to start. I think it's the right time for them to enter into conference play. And hopefully as the weather warms up, so will our baseball team and our bats and our arms. But I think Coach Layton has them poised and ready for a successful A-10 run.
That's for sure. It's always kind of like almost a spring training for these teams up in the Northeast as they always travel down south. Moving on to softball, as they had a co-A-10 Player of the Week with Rachel Hubertus, A-10 Pitcher of the Week with Devin Miller, and then Brianna Pinto, who is now the queen of Fordham stealing with her 74th stolen base of her career, which is a Fordham record. What can you say about all these this hardware coming to the Fordham softball program?
You know, those 3 awards, those 3 student athletes and their accomplishments obviously kind of represent the 3 facets of the success of our softball program and the reputation of what's been built here from a softball perspective in the A-10. Rachel being the power, obviously Devin being the strong arm, and of course BB being the speed on the base pads. But congrats to all 3 of them, tremendous players. You know, BB being the all-time stolen base champion here at Fordham is a pretty cool accomplishment to have an all-time record. And I think really softball, like baseball, is poised here. Been traveling a bunch, obviously early on, starting A-10 play, weather warming up. I know that everybody fears playing here in the A-10 in terms of what our softball program represents, and I think they'll be right in the mix for another A-10 championship. Excited to watch them play. Great chemistry. We've had the opportunity for a lot of the softball student athletes to work within our athletics department or volunteer or intern within our athletics department. And just true Fordham individuals that are so well-rounded, not only success on the academic field, the playing field, but also just tremendous interest levels and growth in their professional career as well as the academic side.
And I wanted to ask you also about the rest of the spring sports. Obviously a lot on the docket for Fordham. Just any highlights that's going on this week, next week with Fordham?
Yeah, you know, obviously we have men's and women's tennis has been off to a good start. Just saw Coach Sauter here a few moments ago. Excited for their continued growth and development and what he's done overseeing both programs. Golf got started here on Monday, so excited for of course Coach O'Connor and our golf program. Track and field was at Stony Brook, had a really good meet last weekend. So I think, you know, rowing with our new women's coach and obviously our men's club program continuing their efforts as the weather gets nicer here. So excited to see all of our sports up and going. I think, as you put it, you know, as we turn into April, sunshine, a little bit warmer weather, and be fun to see our spring sports compete and finish strong this semester.
For sure. One last question before I let you go, Ed. Fordham Giving Day was a few weeks back. Just wanted to see if you give us a kind of a recap of that event and kind of how do you feel like it went?
Tremendously successful. Thankful again to all of our Fordham donors, supporters. Congrats and thank you for the efforts of Kara Field, Shannon Lully in our athletic development group. They're a little short-staffed these days. We're down 2 people in athletic development, so very, very grateful for almost 500 donors, almost $500,000 raised, a tremendous effort that benefits all of our varsity programs, but also all of our club programs. So it's great that we have individual designations and you could pick your sport, your affinity, and also designate to your individual team that helps each and every one of them. So we're very lucky and thankful. And then also just want to remind everybody, Student Athlete Appreciation Day, April 6th. So we'll say thanks to all of our student athletes, what they've had to go through this year, again, dealing with COVID, dealing with some of the challenges on and off the playing surface. Excited to be outside, some food trucks under the bleachers, a little bit of a block party for our student athletes as we give thanks to them and the ability to spend some more time together.
Thanks, Ed. Always a great time speaking with you, and hope we get to speak soon.
Awesome, Andrew. Thank you so much. Go Rams.